Cha. I am live. God, that's a nice little fit. Hello, everyone. Welcome to my live. My Instagram is not working. And so while this, what the hell is that? Okay, sorry. And so while this is a bummer, because that's why I do a lot of my stuff, I gotta wipe the camera down and see if this. That's a little better, actually. So while this is kind of a bummer, this does make me kind of expand into other platforms and not be so Instagram heavy, reach more people, this, that, and the third. So today, I'm on YouTube, yes, mostly because my Instagram stopped working. Today is actually going to be a really, really cool tasting. I have two really cool teas to taste. Depending on the turnout, I'm going to maybe do it together or maybe split up in two different videos. My original plan is two different videos. But yes, I'm going to start with, this is it says it's a wild white tea. It's a wild white tea, and it's a white tea, and it's from Zhenyang. And so Zhenyang falls within, my title of this video is Wuyi Shan white tea. There's like, the relationship between Wuyi Shan and Zhenyang is kind of, I don't really get it. But like, it's basically Wuyi Shan. Wuyi Shan is 20 minutes by high-speed train. A bunch of things around here are labeled Wuyi Shan this, Wuyi Shan that. So it may not be the scenic area, but I think Zhenyang still falls in the Wuyi Shan mountain range. So this is a tea I picked up. It was labeled, I like how they still use the Yansha packaging. I should have got scissors. It was labeled Xiao Bai Cha, and this is really exciting because Xiao Bai Cha is, if it's the Xiao Bai Cha I think it is, which is the Xiao Bai Cha, which is little veggie tea, that is the heirloom varietal. That is the original. Well, that is, the more I explore this tea and I talk to this tea, the more I talk to people, the more I see it's a little bit looser. It generally refers to heirloom varietals. You see it most often in Fuding white tea or in Zhenghe white tea. And from my understanding, what the lovely people at One River Tea explained to me is that it doesn't refer to just one specific varietal. It refers to a range of varietals. I really should have gotten scissors. I'm struggling to open this, and I don't want to crush the tea. There we go. Okay. Okay. We're gonna talk about. I'm seeing some stuff. Okay. Okay. We got stuff to talk about. All right. So so it doesn't just refer to varietal. It's just kind of like almost like a blanket term, which would make sense because I talked to somebody from Anxi, the Tiekonyan producing region, and she being Yen Rojas of Joy Luck Tea. She also said that they also have a tea called Xiao Bai Cha, and it's kind of the same idea, like a rougher tea. It's not a developed varietal as much. So right away, I'm seeing stuff, and there's stuff to talk about. So from my understanding, that's a nice little non-tea leaf. I like that. I like seeing some non-tea leaves in there. Couple of things. So, oh wow, that's covered in oil. So Instagram is still shut down. So a couple of things. First thing, this guy says he is the founder of this company, the guy I bought the tea from. I have his little pamphlet somewhere. I don't know. So this is a very, very small thing, not a common thing. And from what I get, it's a very small thing. So let's take a look at the leaves. You notice this is definitely leafier. We're not looking at so much. By the way, perfect fucking sized gaiwan here. I love a small gaiwan. We're not seeing too many buds, but they are in there. We got a little buddy guy right there. But definitely a little more leafy. Definitely a little more, kind of get that gongmei-ish picking standard. But there's also what it may be also is that Xiao Bai Cha, the name comes from the fact that the leaves are generally smaller. You can you can recognize Xiao Bai Cha, little white tea, little veggie tea, um, because it is smaller and it is smaller and it is leafier. You don't really see this tea being made into silver needle because the buds aren't as big and juicy. It's just the way that it naturally grows. It's bai mudongs and gongmeis and yada yada yada, but not so much um, silver needle. So this is very exciting. I am using this is my favorite water in China to use. It is spring water. Um, it's actually not my favorite water to drink by itself, but it is my favorite water to drink with tea. Obviously, boiling water. Um, things going on as that boils up. Got a couple cool announcements. First things first, I got the money. The money has been transferred from my American bank account to my Chinese bank account. So really, what the only thing I'm waiting on in terms of going to Wuyi Shan is to get Instagram going again, which is hopefully going to happen in the next 24 hours because it's already been a day or two. And so I want to check. Curious. So once I get Wuyi Shan going, I can go. Once I get Instagram going, I go to Wuyi Shan. I can pick up the teas and I can live it. That's really why I've been waiting for the Wuyi Shan to happen, for the Instagram to happen, so I can put the Wuyi Shan trip on a live. And so the people who did the group buy can really just get the most out of it, especially because I've been waiting for so long. Other cool things that are happening. I stopped back into the tea shop. I stopped into there's this tea wares shop, and oh my god, some of the most beautiful teaware I've ever seen of it. Expensive, um, but beautiful teaware. And the woman that works there just knows so much. And she was telling me about, um, it's the Jianyang. I forget the name, but it's the black teaware. Um, and when it's at a really high level, there's this rainbow color to it. This is like rainbow in the glaze, and that's really high level. And she was explaining it to me, and she speaks about it. It was like mostly in English, some Chinese, but her English is good. She was explaining to me that it's because of the iron. That's the way that the iron is reacting when it's fired and made. And just beautiful, beautiful teaware. And her knowledge is just so high. She has the type of knowledge where she just starts talking and almost can't really stop, where she's just explaining and she's showing you this teaware and that teaware, and she's talking about the chemistry of it, which was very, very impressive. Really, really the type of person, the type of person you want selling expensive teaware. I mean, the teacup I went in to ask about was 10,000 yuan, which is about $1,500 US. And but she knew that cup and she knew why it had this color and she knew why and she knows her porcelain. Um, and apparently, like I think her father-in-law um, is in the teaware world because she was showing me this book with all these famous potters, and she said that one famous potter lived with her dad and like studied with him after school. In this like seemed like this Chinese version of like an apprenticeship type thing. Um, so I think her dad is in the industry, and then her father-in-law is in the industry, and then yeah, all right. But so slowly, those tea wares will become available. But I'm going to warn you right now, they will be expensive. Um, it was obviously me. All the teaware that I picked up was the expensive stuff. Because I don't particularly care for that teaware, to be honest. And so, of course, everything that caught my eye was expensive. But I will try and find. Obviously, I'm eventually going to put some really expensive stuff on the website for those of you who are just about that life. Okay. But I'm just gonna warn y'all right now. Beautiful teaware is coming, but at a price. But she invited me to the kiln. She invited me to the place where it's made. Um, and so she is going to be. I'm going to learn a lot from her and transfer my knowledge um, to you guys. We're going to learn together. I should have gone right into the cup. Oh yeah, and she when she talks, this was the woman I did a live on Instagram, but then my battery died, and oh, that broke my heart because her English is pretty good, so she speaks mostly in English, and she gets very excited when she talks. She's very like, yeah, this, and it's like I said, it's the type of woman you want to buy your tea from. You want to buy your expensive stuff from. All right, here we go. So this is the second tea because I wanted to go straight into the cup. We'll get right to the good stuff. Okay, that doesn't smell too bad. Hot. Oh, that's funky. That's disappointing. Yeah, that's not clean. You know, it's interesting because there are all these my posture. There are all these flavors. There are all these um, characteristics to it, but it's not clean. And for especially for white tea, you need clean. And once again, there's like something kind of there, but it's not. It's not it. It's boring. It's empty. It's not giving me strong flavors. Not giving me good characteristics. This is my new cup. I'm very excited for my new cup. I think we are gonna let this one cool a little bit. I'm gonna actually start brewing the third steep. Because with that third steep to be, because it's really hot. And then actually from here, yep, that's the cup. That's, oh man, like I must say, compared to when I first moved to China, I am much better with money. And the fact that I went to those tea shops today and didn't buy anything is case in point. Because oh man, the teaware I saw today was beautiful. I'm so excited to put it on the website and just put it in Instagram and just lives with her. Too bad you can't group by teaware. Everyone can get together and like it's like a timeshare. You have this guy on for 3 weeks, and then you send it to the next person. Sisterhood of the Traveling Gaiwan. Like nothing. I mean, I don't know, and I'm curious about what cultivar he used and all that. It almost wants to come out. It's almost like there's a it reminds me of when you get Malfang that's picked too early, but like just a few days too early, and it's the flavor like always seems like it's about to come out. Like no, just one more steep, then it's gonna come out. Oh no, just the next steep it'll come out. Oh, definitely the next steep it will come out, and then you're kind of like, Oh no, it's not coming out. That's it. That's what it is. So we're just going to cut that. And because that was not a thing, that means we're going to go on to the second tea. And the second tea is super interesting. I want to wash my cup, but I don't want to get up. I'm not the only one who has that struggle, I hope. The next cup is super interesting because the next tea, sorry, I'm still thinking about that cup. The next tea, shui xian bai. This is white. This is the shui xian cultivar made into a white tea. This was, by the way, both of these were gifts. He I went in and inquired about it, and then he was like, "I'll just give." He was like, "Well, sell me." He's like, "I'll give you a packet," and then oh, that is interesting. That is very interesting. Okay, let's jam here. So, very, very interesting thing right off the bat. Lot less leaves, like a lot less leaves. Definitely more buddy. I don't know if you guys heard the knock at the door, but the local children like to play with my dogs, and sometimes it's cute, but they don't really know how to. They're about 6 or 7 years old, maybe 7 or 8 years old, and so they're not really good at taking a hint. The other day they came and they knocked on my door and they were like, "I want to play with the dog," and I was like, "I'm busy, I'm eating dinner," and they're like, "Okay, we'll wait outside." And I was like, "You're not getting it." So I'm talking very quietly because I don't want them to hear me. I'm sitting right next to the door though. No, I don't want them to hear me. Pumpkin's excited. Pumpkin wants to go play. Kids. And it's hard because my Chinese is not that great still. And then when they're kids can be kind of when you're speaking a second language and you're talking to kids, there are benefits and there are downsides. The benefit is that they are very, very excited to figure out. They're very excited to figure out what you're saying, and they try really hard. But then they're not very good at figuring out what you're saying. Like they're not very good at putting 2 and 2 together. Okay. The timing on this is not very nice, and I hope they can't hear me. All right. Here we go. Shishi and white tea. It's better than the other one, to be honest. You can hear them, right? It's actually not too bad. Actually, it's and yeah, it's cute and they're sweet. And I enjoy giving Pumpkin the opportunity to be with children. But it's every night this week. This is really not that bad. I tell them I'm busy. And then they ask me why. And I'm just like, I got it. Like, they ask me why. If I tell them I'm doing something, they like, they want to come inside and sit down. Like they're like, it's okay. Where can we sit? And like, no, there's also a cultural thing, I think, of, I'm American, and so in America, there's a much more like, this is my house. You do not come in my house. In China, and depending on the area, you walk into other people's houses, and of course, they're kids. So I probably did some similar stuff when I was a kid. This isn't so bad. They don't get it. They're too young. They don't get it. This really isn't. It's kind of a melony aroma. Like, if I didn't know any better, I would almost think he got the bags, because I was really expecting the shui xian not to be this good, and the Xiao Bai Cha to be better. Melony aroma. Hold on. Let me get into the second steep. I think they can hear me, and I think that's what's. They can hear me, or they can hear the dogs. I am actually moving to a different apartment, because, as per usual, the people in this complex don't like my dogs. But the next area has a lot of really cool tea shops, it seems like. And so, as much as I'm annoyed by the move, I'm appreciative of the neighborhood I'm moving to. I don't know if you can. No, you can't. There's Johnny waiting by the door. They can definitely hear me, and that's why they haven't walked away yet. Or they know I'm here. It's times like this, like, I think back at all the adults that I bothered as a kid, and I was like, was I this annoying? Yeah, I was. Was this annoying? This is good. This is good. This is good. Melony, cucumber, like a lot of the flavors that I want to see in a white tea. This is good. Warm. I'm really surprised. I really didn't think this was going to be good. I know you want to go outside too, and there's Pumpkin looking down at me, giving me big eyes. This is good. Who knew? Shui and white tea. Son of a bitch. A little bit of like peel, like a little bit, not nutmeg, but like some sort of like a chestnutty, like some sort of roasty. Like I think like this must be the shui xian's cultivar into this. Floral, yeah, I guess that's a floral aroma. One of the things one of the great things about tasting teas that are of the same cultivar but made in a different style is that you can see where the cultivar plays into the flavor. And I think what I'm tasting here, I think the flavors that are in this tea are coming from the cultivar. You can see Pumpkin. Pumpkin wants to go play with them. And so I think and so yeah, because oh my like right now I have the aftertaste of a yen cha. First of all, I have an aftertaste, which is super good. But I have a doorbell. I didn't know I had a doorbell. And um, I, I, first of all, I can't believe they figured out I had a doorbell and I don't have a door. I'm trying to focus here. Um, oh my god! If my dog was smaller, I would just give them the dog and say, "Come back when you're done." But they don't like the small dog. The small dog's harder to work with. Um, oh my god! This tea, this tea is good. This is a good tea. And you can take it. It. I have. Oh, it's. They are guessing my password now. They are guessing the password on my door. So that is, I have one of these doors where you can put in a code, um, and they're trying to guess the code, and because it just said password is wrong. Um, if they figure out my password, I'm done. They're gonna break in. That would be the worst thing in the world if they could get in by themselves. Oh my god. I have like two doorbells, I think. See, that's that. Boop. That's them trying to guess. Uh-uh. And like my Chinese isn't good enough to be like, you can't do this. Like if they were English speaking kids, I could explain them like, look, if somebody doesn't answer the door, that means they are busy. You shouldn't push. Um, but my Chinese isn't that good, and so I can't explain that to them. I can't give them like the adult conversation. Not yet, at least. That's really enjoyable, actually. There's a touch of something. It almost has the texture. It almost has a little bit of a texture like it's roasted. A little bit of has a little bit of texture to it. And the texture is a little strange. It's a little like, oh, that's a weird thing to be in a white tea. Um, but it is quite nice, and I'm going to go for another steep. I would not mind putting this on the website. I would like to put it on the website with a shui xian. I would like to find a good shui xian. I think when I go to Wuyi Shan, I'm going to look for a good shui xian, and it doesn't have to be an amazing shui xian. Well, they really don't get it, do they? It doesn't have to be an amazing shui xian, but a good shui xian that really shows the shui xian flavor, and then I can sell that. My dogs are starting to go nuts. And then I can sell that with this white tea, and I think that'd be really, really cool. This white tea was a super cool find. Wow. I am super excited. I think they're gone. Whew. Hey. Now my dogs are awake. Before the girls came, my dogs were sleeping, and it was calm, and it was nice. My dogs were snoring. It was super cute. And now they're very much awake. Now my dogs are awake. I kind of miss living in the house. Hey, what you doing? All right, we're gonna do one more steep of this. I think if this is for, I think if the price is good on this, I'm gonna put it on the website. Let me see if I can find. So yeah, as long as I'm looking down, should have done that. Picking standard is, decent. Really surprised at how much. I'm surprised on how much better this is than the Xiao Bai Cha. Like noticeably better. Good. My dogs are chewing on some plastic. This is super interesting. And I'm sure he has these like other teas made from other Wuyi Shan cultivars. Really, really interesting. I'm gonna send a message while my water boils. Just like gender horror. Really good, honestly good. Walking around today and talking to the people I did today, I was a little. First, I was a little nervous to come to Jianyang because there are aspects of it, mostly on the job wise, that are really frustrating and weird. But I think tea wise, there's some really great opportunities. What I've been seeing a lot of actually is a lot of a lot of Chinese like matcha, a lot of Chinese, not even matcha, but there's a school I think where they can teach you how to grind tea and whisk the tea and do all of that. So yes, I am signing up for a class, and that would be amazing. That'd be so cool. There's a museum here. It's really cool. Like I didn't think, when I moved to Jianyang, I was kind of like, okay, it's like a place near Wuyi Shan. I can kind of drink tea here, but if I really want to do tea stuff, I'll just go to Wuyi Shan, which once again, like, I'm pretty sure it's going to cost me more money to take a taxi to the train station than the train ticket will be. Like I think it might be longer too. It's about the same. It's about the same time from my house to the train station, and then one train station to an. Yeah, no, it's like the taxis here. Yeah, I'm gonna take the bus. I'll just take the fucking bus. If I took the train to Wuyi Shan, I would spend more time in the taxi. But so yeah, at first I thought it was just going to be like an area near Wuyi Shan, but now I'm finding out that there's this whole like crazy level of there's so much stuff here. Flavor? No, there it is. There's the flavor. It's very comebacky. It's very like you first take the sip and you're like, and then it's like, like it almost like squeezes out. Like, yeah, flavor. Like the saliva, the hui gan, that's really good. The lingering flavor. Bravo. No, this is good. Yeah, no, I like this a lot. Oh, well, not a lot. I don't. It's not the best white tea I've ever had. It's. I don't think it. It's the a high quality Fuding white tea is better than this. It's just more complex. High quality Fuding white tea is more complex, a little brighter, but at the same time, I think this is at the same level quality wise with a lot of Fuding white teas. The average white tea on the market is actually this is better than the average white tea on the market. Going in and asking for a random white tea. But it's good. It's actually pretty. I'd say out of 10, I would give it maybe a 7.7 to 8. A good 7 or 8. 10 being amazing, mind blowing, crazy amazing. This is a good 7 or 8. God, they're back and they brought more. I am starting to lose my patience. I am going to. Can I pause this? Now I've lost my patience. I'm losing my patience. I am losing my patience. And if I could pause the video, I would. Because now they're yelling in the hallway and banging on my door. It's not cute anymore. I'm going to give them about 2 more minutes, and then I'm going to be unhappy. It's being a kid. All right. I'm going to go because now I'm losing my patience. And they're yelling and they're playing outside my door. So, recap. This tea, not bad. I like this. A good, easily a 7 out of 10. 7.5 even. I think like a 7's like a little low, but maybe an 8 is too high. But not by much. It's just falls short of an 8. And so this would be a really cool tea to sell along with another xian and having that side-by-side tasting. As soon as I get Instagram going, as soon as I get Instagram working, I'm going to Wuyi Shan. The money has been transferred from my American bank account to my Chinese bank account. So as soon as I get that going, I'm gone. And then whether that means Facebook allow this, my Instagram is disabled. So if they don't give me permission in the next few days, I'm going to have to just start a new Instagram, which I really don't want to do. Also, really quick, I'm going to talk about this a lot more. Malfungs are probably going to be doing a little more pre-orders this year. I've already talked to the xian people, and the xian people. Hey, pumpkin, come in. The xian people said the tea is going to be more or less the same price as last year, so I can start pre-selling that. Hogu is going to be on the menu again. I got to talk to the Hogu guy, and then Chashan. Yeah, so definitely look out for that. Hopefully Instagram gets, and I'm going to give Instagram another 24 hours. But today is the 11th. If it's not working by the 13th, then I'm just going to have to start a new Instagram, which I really don't want to do. All right. Now I'm going to go get mad at these kids. All righty, guys. I'll see you later.